Thank you for joining us wherever you are. This podcast episode is brought to you by the Old Ways Actual Play team. This actual play uses the 7th edition Call of Cthulhu tabletop role-playing game rules by Chaosium. This actual play is performed by adults and in an adult setting. While we try very hard to stick to language for all ages, listeners should know that this podcast may include mature themes. All content, including names, places, events, companies, and etc., that may bear resemblance to entities living or dead, is strictly coincidental. My name is Michael Diamond, and for tonight's game, I will be your keeper. Thank you for joining us on another episode of the Old Ways podcast. I'm your keeper, Keeper Michael, and we return to a special episode for Masks of Nyarlathotep as we travel to Kenya. So at the top of the show, as I like to do, I'd like to thank you, the listener, and especially you, the Patreon supporter. If you've not had a chance to check out what we have to offer, you can at patreon.com/theoldwayspodcast. I have a very special episode, as I said, for you tonight, brought to us by a couple of cast members. So I'm going to begin with introductions to my right.
This is Morgan. I play Lillian Lane, and I am a special cast member.
Without question. And the other cast member that will join us tonight.
This is Jake. I'm playing Jack Doyle, and we're going to do something a little different tonight.
I like different. Different is good. So we're going to look in on Jack and Lillian as they set up for dinner on the ship one evening as they're making their way to Mombasa. And we'll just open our camera lens and sort of take it as it comes. So the day for the both of you has been fairly busy. You've had an opportunity to do a little learning and perhaps a little education in certain areas. The main group seemingly got together for dinner. At least that's what you think happened. It's hard to say because you haven't been in contact with them yet today, because everybody's been basically either hiding in their cabins reading strange books, or they've been running around the ship without telling you where they're going. It's a little disjointed now, but that's sort of how traveling with the group tends to be. You lose track of where one another are. You meet, pardon the pun, but like ships in the night sometimes. But the two of you have had the opportunity to spend most of the day together, and you thought that it would be a good idea to get dinner in the first-class dining space here and really get a chance to sit down and relax for one of your days. And so as you are seated in first-class dining by the staff there, you get a chance to look out on, I suppose, to your right, Lillian, and then to your left, Jack, the beauty that is the Indian Ocean at night. Very calm waters at this point. A little different than the last time you traveled these waters, but beautiful full moon outside, and just an elegant dinner as it begins. They give you the menu of the food available. The maitre d' or the waiter takes your whatever drink order you'd like, and then he leaves you to it.
I don't have the longing for the sea any more than I did before, do I?
You haven't had it in some time.
Oh, good.
You haven't felt the need to stare at the sea really ever since the events transpired at Grey Dragon Island. Once the Grey Dragon Island stuff was over and done with, you felt that some sort of link break in you. You have had, of course, some internal sickness that it has churned before, but you haven't felt the need to rush to the ocean and dive in.
Well, that's reassuring. I guess we'll order our drinks.
Yeah, you order drinks and get a chance to sit back for a second.
Doing really well in practice for Lillian. I gotta commend you.
Well, I've had a few years of French classes when I was growing up. My parents, they were always got to be the lady. Go to French classes, go to dance, learn how to ride side saddle. All the things I didn't really want to do, but I did it because it's what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, If only your parents could see you now.
Oh. I don't think they would approve, but but they're not here, and that's okay. Honestly, Jack, things have been such a whirlwind the last 5 months. I don't really know a whole lot about your family. I think you have some sisters?
Yeah, actually, I have 3 brothers, 2 sisters. My dad used to be a cop, and he passed away a few years ago. So I've been kind of filling in when I'm around.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Where does your family reside?
We got a little house south side of Chicago. The Irish neighborhood. It's nice. A little crowded, but nice.
I mean, it's Chicago. I visited Chicago a couple times. My father took me to the Art Institute.
Oh.
I've even visited the Field Museum.
Yeah, I like the Field Museum. One of my favorite places when I was a kid. We got to go.
Yeah, Chicago just seems like, I don't know, it's so alive. Lots of things to do.
I mean, it's nothing like New York.
Oh yeah, New York. I do love living in New York.
So is your family originally from New York?
Actually, my family is from Philadelphia.
Oh. And you're moving in, you live in New York then, just by yourself?
Yeah. My parents did not originally approve of that, but my brothers were able to talk them into it. Why can't a woman go out on their own? And I'm not alone per se, because I have maids and a butler who you've met.
Oh, yeah.
And hopefully they'll still be there when I get back.
Well, it's not been too long. So I don't know if I knew you had brothers.
I do. I have Luke. He's 28. He currently helps Dad out with my father out with the horse racing and art portion of the business. And then my brother John, he is 24, and he is just finishing school right now at Harvard Law. He makes my parents so proud. And then there's me. I may not make my parents proud, but I really keep them on their toes.
Well, that's more important anyhow.
It is. I always wish my father would let me help with the horse racing business, and unfortunately I was born as a woman, so there's other expectations.
Yes, expectations that you have dashed repeatedly against the rocks, right?
I have, and I've gotten a couple letters about that actually from my family.
Yeah, wasn't your father in poor health?
Yeah, they think he has tuberculosis.
Oh.
So they were in the process of moving to a drier climate. I actually just sent word to them right after we boarded the ship. I haven't heard back though. I'm hoping everything's okay. I think I would have heard if they hadn't gotten moved okay. But the drier climate is supposed to be better for his health.
Well, hopefully we'll be done here soon and you can go and visit your father and see how he's doing.
Yeah. I hope he's okay. As much as we might butt heads sometimes, I mean, he's still my father, and he's offered me a lot of opportunity that I otherwise might not have gotten if I was born into a different family. Mm. So I appreciate that. What are your plans after we're done?
Well, to be honest, ever since the war, I haven't really had much in the way of a perspective on the future. And so I think the events of the last few months and prior have given me a mission, if you will.
A mission?
Yeah, the things that we've been dealing with, they can't be the only ones out there. I mean, we met that other group that was dealing with a situation of their own, and there's got to be other ones, right? Somebody has to root them all out, or as many as they can.
unfortunately, I missed the engagement with that group, but I do remember Maeve did tell me about it. So, it's funny that you say something. So, I was gonna actually. There's a reason why I'm asking what you're doing after we're done here, if we live, because I honestly, who knows if we're going to make it through this.
Yeah, we've had a few scrapes, close calls.
Yeah, and while I'd like to see that everybody comes out of this unscathed, I haven't been feeling all that positive lately about that. There was the big, like, when you got shot with those harpoons, I really thought you were going to be, really thought that was it. And we were going to have to go on without you. And that was...
I honestly thought that was the end of it a couple of times there in our trip to Grey Dragon Island.
Yeah, and I don't imagine it's going to get better. But that being the case, either way, I'm actually, I started a company. Really, it's a company. I called it the Lane Foundation. Because why not? I started it. I mean,
yeah, obviously. I mean,
but my objective, my objective with this company is to do exactly what we're doing, but make it on a global, wider scale, employing people that we know we can trust, that have the abilities that we need, hunt down cults, search down artifacts, keeping people protected that need to be protected. I'd been planning it for a while, and I just hadn't told the group, but the reason why I wanted to talk to you about it, so I'm glad we're getting the chance to talk now, is that I need a partner in this endeavor. I can't do this alone. And your knowledge and your skills, it's important to me to have you as part of this. And if you have other plans after, I understand. Or if you need to take time to think about it, I understand.
No, I would be overjoyed, I guess, to join your company foundation.
And I've actually been working with somebody back in the States. Carlton Ramsey is actually, I sent him the paperwork to finalize the company and legalize it. I think from a front standpoint, we will be a collectors of art.
Artifacts, and that would make sense, yeah.
On the back end, we are something totally different. But I have a friend that I've been sending artifacts to. So the Penhew Foundation and some other, I've been sending stuff, a couple of things here and there back to the States to ensure their safekeeping, not for any other nefarious use, because they didn't need to be in anybody else's hands. So
I respect that. That was some foresight.
I don't know who else from our merry band of investigators will join us. I hadn't thought to ask anybody else.
Yeah, I could see how a few of them would probably want to go to a more normal life, but you never know.
Yeah, I can see the doctor going back to practicing. I could see Maeve going with him.
She would be an asset.
She would be, and I'd love to be able to call on her for our cases, our hard cases that, we could use a little bit of magical help. So I'm sure it will come up in conversation at some point.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're willing to partner with me on this, I would like full on 50-50 partners, like decision-making skills. I need somebody to hold me accountable.
I'll lean across the table and put my hand on your hand and I'll do everything I can. Not that you will need it. You're probably one of the best people I know.
Yeah. But sometimes I get a little what's the word? I get a little gun happy.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that. You are one of the best shots with the rifle I have seen in a long time. Much better than myself.
Well, I think I owe some of that to you guys for allowing me to be able to bring that to the group. I still feel bad that I shot Forsyth in the back, though.
Well, it was a long time ago.
It was like 3 months ago.
It just feels like years ago.
It does, actually. I feel like I've known you and Maeve and the doctor for forever.
They return with your drinks.
Thank you. Hopefully I can learn learn something. I'm not exactly the smartest man in the world. And obviously I'm having a hard time with French.
Yeah, French is not an easy language. Like, it is not an easy language. And you don't give yourself enough credit. Everybody looks to you as a leader. You are our leader. I don't care what Sam says.
It took a while, but Sam, I think, finally found his niche in the group.
Yeah, he did. I was a little worried there for a while that you two were going to literally kill each other. And I don't know what I would have done if that had happened, but I think his experience with the doctor was just as helpful as yours was.
Yes, I really appreciate your helping me with that. Not everybody even knows what was going on.
I'll be honest, I was a little hurt that you didn't say anything. I thought we were friends.
Well, to be honest, I was hoping the doctor could find a cure before it became necessary.
Yeah, I'll be listen, if you had gone full fish person, we'd be having a different conversation.
Well, that would never have happened. I had made arrangements.
Arrangements?
I had asked Sam to make sure that I didn't turn into a fish person.
He was going to, would we have exhausted all options before that happened?
Obviously. I wasn't going to rush right into that. That wasn't my first option.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been the last option.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been quite the adventure. At least you're not a fish person.
Well, yeah, there's that.
That's good.
Yeah, getting back to the French, I have a confession to make. It wasn't so much the French like that. Yeah, I wouldn't mind learning French. That's not, but it's I really wanted to spend more time with you.
Yeah, we haven't gotten a lot of time together, have we?
No, we always seem to be running from one place to another, fighting one horrifying creature after another.
Yeah, and I am a terrible French teacher. Apparently, I am a terrible teacher. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if I really wanted to learn French, I would have gone to Sam.
Oh, now that hurts my feelings.
Well, it's his natural. It's his native tongue.
It is. So that would be probably more appropriate than me. I enjoy spending time with you too. Much more when we're not running from things and we're able to just sit and have a conversation.
Yeah, absolutely. I've been wrestling with something for a while. It's probably a terrible idea. It'll end poorly. The truth is, you're completely different than me. You're classy and well-educated and beautiful and obviously wealthy, a lady. I look like I've gone 9 rounds with Jack Dempsey. You're so far out of my class. But despite all of that, I still feel like I might actually be falling for you.
We've only known each other 5 months.
I know, but it's like you said before, it feels like years.
Maybe we should start at the beginning. When we're not all because it could be all the almost dying all the time that precipitates those type of feelings.
Yeah, no, I'm sure that might be part of it. When I was lying on the floor of the volcano there in Gray Dragon Island, I really thought I was going to die.
I thought you were going to die too.
Yeah. And I didn't want to die without saying something. I wasn't going to say, I was going to keep it to myself because honestly, you're way out of my league, but I couldn't let it go. There
is definitely to ignore the fact of we both come from different circles would be ignorant of us. That I agree. I agree there is something there. I don't want to, but I think we should figure out where that goes. I'm not jumping into marrying anybody.
No, I wasn't talking about marrying anytime soon. We rush into things, but maybe not rush into that.
I am in full agreement with that.
I mean, I can only imagine what your family would say. Bring me home.
Oh, I am so looking forward to my brothers meeting you. They are going to have so much fun. A former police officer, you had your own private investigation business. So you are a capable and upstanding citizen.
Well, let's not go too far.
Okay, well, that's what we'll tell them. And if we're going to be going into business together, you're going to be around all the time anyways.
Right.
So, yeah. Do you remember Mr. Wild?
Yeah, the weird little man that
kept with the cat. Up. Yeah. Yeah, he had the cat that didn't like him.
Mm-hmm. The cat didn't like anybody.
No, I don't think the cat liked anybody, but I saw him a few times. He visited me a couple times in person and then once in a dream. One of the time, the first time he visited me, he showed me a book. And the book, and I can only remember it in flashes. It was like I was almost in a dream there too. But he said I had like a fate or a destiny. And he showed me in flashes. And I don't know if it was, he could have drugged me. I don't know. I hope he didn't drug me. That he like showed me my future. And it included me marrying somebody with the name Kennedy, and it just showed like the future of America and how it was important that I follow these steps. And it made me so angry to have somebody try to tell me that my destiny is predetermined, that this is what I'm meant for.
I don't believe anybody can tell you what you're meant for.
Well, it was in a book. So it must be true.
They wouldn't put it in there if it wasn't true. That's
true. And so it really bothered me. For like, if that's all I meant for, then there's nothing I could never like be with you. And it was very disheartening. And then I saw him again in a dream yet again. But this time he died. So, or at least supposedly died. And yeah, here we are. But maybe in some timeline, or I don't know. Maybe if I take a different path, then all that stuff doesn't come true. Or is being with you will make all that stuff come true. It is very confusing and it hurts my brain a little to think about. But all that being said, I am willing to walk whatever path with you that you want to walk. Except marriage. That's not right now.
Could be the end result of a path.
That could be. Then you better suck up to my father.
Yeah, that's true. I have to get his permission, don't I? If, of course, that's where we went. Let's get to step 1 first. We're having dinner. That's a good first step. Yeah, as in many things, we were doing it out of order, but
what was supposed to be first? How is this out of order?
Well, I was supposed to ask you if you would like to go out.
Well, see, you did. You said, "Hey, let's go get dinner." Here we are. Yes, there is a right way to do things. I don't know. Maybe in the future that will change. like like culturally, not for you and me.
Right. Yeah. We've had so many personal moments between us, with everyone else in all the tough traveling we've done. And that means that obviously some things are going to be skipped. Like, we don't need to get to know each other. We know each other, but we don't know each other.
Right.
Romantically.
See, there is, or like, what are your sisters and brothers' names?
Yeah, my sisters are Bridget, Molly, and my brothers are Sean, Ryan, and Flynn. And then, of course, there's the children.
What, your children?
No. Both my sisters and a couple of my brothers are married and with children of their own.
Oh, all right. So you're an uncle?
Yeah.
Uncle Jack. Do you bring them whiskey and cigarettes as gifts?
Growing up in the South Side of Chicago, that is not an unreasonable question.
So, are you first generation?
Yes. My parents were both immigrants.
Okay. My grandparents came over to the States. It was during the Civil War. What do you think's going to happen in Kenya?
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, we have to stop this child from being born, so I can only imagine what we're going to have to do.
But that's not until January, right?
Yeah.
Or it happens. It's got to be before January. Do you think we're going to find Roger Carlyle?
I really hope so, because I told his sister where to find him, and I would hate to give her hope and then just to dash it again.
Oh, Erica Carlyle?
Yes.
She had her eye on you.
I doubt that she had her eye on me. She's probably just teasing me.
She does seem like the type. She's pretty easy on the eyes.
Well, I mean, she has her merits.
She has her qualities.
Her qualities.
Well, that's nice. You're corresponding with her.
Well, I figure it's the least I could do. Find out her brother's still alive. Send her a letter, let her know where he's at.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I was really surprised that he's still alive.
Yeah, I'm absolutely gobsmacked. I really thought they were all dead.
Yeah, that's why I am just not even sure of what to expect when we get to Kenya.
Well, there'll probably be people trying to kill us.
I assume that too.
Yeah, some kind of adventure in the backcountry.
I mean, something in the sand. There'll be things happening in the sand. Maybe Maeve will call her big snake friend to come help us.
I really hope not.
I think that creature is wonderful. I mean, he is, or they, or he, or I just don't even know. Has saved our rear ends so many times. Wonderful.
Yeah, but I worry about the toll it takes on Maeve.
Yeah, she is. Her appearance has really changed. And I don't mean it in a bad way. I worry about how much of her is going to be left when we're done.
How much of her?
Her, yeah. I worry about all of us actually, and what part of our minds will still be left when we're done with this. But
yeah, it's eating away at all of us a little bit at a time.
Yeah, there's something. I've killed so many people at this point. People that used to be somebody's mom or dad or son or daughter that get corrupted in one way or another. I really fear that that a piece of me will be gone. Am I still a good person, or am I somebody that just kills people? That's what I do.
I think we have to look at it as the lesser of two evils for the greater good.
Yeah, but when it corrupts your soul or your mind, I mean, if we even have souls, I'd like to think that we do. But when is that line we've crossed too far? Like, when can we not go back?
I think when we stop asking that question.
So the fact that, I'm worried about me as a person, making sure I'm still good, that's good that I'm asking those questions.
Yes. I knew too many men that stopped asking that question, and you could see it. You see the soul die in their eyes.
Yeah, you served in the war.
Yeah.
I'm sorry for the things that you had to do during that time. I know you don't talk a lot about it, but I can't imagine it was a holiday.
No, it's something I'm never going to forget, no matter how hard I try.
There's something about those experiences that that mold us into who we are and take us on the journey where we are today. It all culminates into our fate that doesn't actually exist, because I'm not going to believe that I have a destiny according, like Mr. Wilde said I did. I don't know. Where is the food? Oh my gosh, I am starving. I really want the salmon that I ordered.
The food does eventually come. You notice that the dining area tonight specifically is rather full.
I'm going to steer clear from fish for a while.
Are you?
Yeah.
I can't imagine why.
Oh yeah, I look at my salmon as I look at. Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's just brings back a memory
Of eating raw fish.
Yeah.
I
mean, here there's places that eat raw fish, but it was not exactly my what I wanted to be doing at the time.
There is a place and time to eat raw fish. That is correct. On the Dark Mistress in the middle of the sea, maybe not the place, but that's okay. You were going through a thing.
Yeah, a thing.
But you're all better now.
I'm
that's
all better.
Good. I just want us to all survive this. I am really worried, especially for Drummond.
I'd rather not lose another companion. We've lost enough already.
We have. I'm just looking forward to when this is all over.
Yeah. Take a little break. Take a rest. Build up your foundation.
So I was thinking our headquarters would be in New York.
That's probably a good place for it.
If you want us to be in Chicago so you can be closer to your family, I am fine with that too.
Well, we can talk about that. We don't have to set in firm plans yet.
Oh, but I'm sending stuff to Carlton or Mr. Ramsey. It's I send him a telegram like once a week, just firming plans with him. I did already rent an office in New York, but if we decide that we want to be elsewhere, somewhere more centrally located and where you can be by your family, I am on board with that plan too. Or if we wanted to be out in San Francisco or Los Angeles.
Wow, that's you've really been thinking about this, haven't you?
I actually think I've been thinking about this longer than I've been with you and the others. When I was going to Miskatonic University, there was the incident there. I think I remember, if you remember, we talked about it.
Yes.
When we were sailing to Europe. And I just think wanting to do something to make the world better, to protect the people that we care about, it's been something on my mind for a while. And I really think that we can do a lot of good.
Yeah, I think together we can make a difference.
That's my hope. That's why I want you on this journey with me. I need somebody at my side that I can trust and that cares.
I'd be honored to be by your side in whatever capacity we decide.
Great. I just can see us one day having like offices around the world. Teams. And having teams of people, yes.
I think we should bring Sam in as well.
Is he going to behave?
Well, I mean, we can use him as a solo agent.
Oh, he'd love that.
Oh, right. I know.
He would love that.
That's how he works best.
I mean, he still has to report in.
Well, I mean, he can't do whatever he wants.
No. Somebody's going to have to keep a tight leash on him as much as possible.
He'll love that.
I defer to you.
I think you'd have a better chance of keeping a tight leash on him than me.
That's true. He might listen to me more. And I talked to Madam Lin while we were in Shanghai.
Yes, I know.
Yes, I think she wanted us to be more than friends. And I mean, no judgment on her part whatsoever. I mean, love is love. Okay. But I told her I had somebody else in mind. And she was okay with that. I mean, she understood. And lovely woman. I thought she was going to kill me first or us, but she was lovely. So I told her about what I was looking to do, and she seemed really interested in it. So we may have a partnering opportunity. She may bring us business. I'm really excited about that aspect once everything calms down in Shanghai.
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it, we already have some contacts in Egypt and Shanghai, and we can easily build more contacts around the world.
Oh, definitely. It helps to be privileged a little bit, to get your foot into places. The gentleman we met in Europe, his daughter was a ghoul, the Vane family. Another contact. There's a lot of opportunity to be had, I think, to help folks. There'll be overhead costs and whatnot. I'm hoping that doing some art selling might help with that. We might need investors here and there, but no matter. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So I guess, what do we tell the others? Nothing?
About what?
I'm okay with privacy.
Oh, about you and me?
I mean, it's not like the doctor has not already made his comments.
Yeah.
He's got no room to talk.
I think the doctor knew about that before even I knew.
He's pretty observant.
Yeah, I don't know what we'd do without the doctor.
I'll probably die. I think because bandages, healing. There's that going on. Let's be honest. He really has no room to talk because someday he might be able to say something to Maeve. Someday.
You think Maeve and the doctor?
Oh yes. I don't know. I get a little there's more than a brother or sister caring thing going on, but maybe I'm just reading into it too much. Maybe the romantic in me is just overthinking it. Don't tell him I said that though.
No, I would never.
Yeah, speaking of the doctor, now that I don't mean to gossip, but I do. His being able to go in the dreamlands and do, I don't know if I know that it's called the dreamlands. Him being able to go into like these states of I don't even know what's going on.
Meditation or hypnotism or...
Yeah. And taking us places that aren't right here in front of you and me. That's not normal.
I think everything we've been doing so far is so far from normal that it just blends right in with the rest of it.
It's true. I touch things and see things when I touch them.
Is that a family trait or is that just something you can do?
Are you worried I'm going to pass it on?
Well, no. I mean, I've heard stuff like that. You know, like my being from the old country, my mother tells all kinds of stories about things, and it just seems like that's the kind of thing that would pass down through families.
You know, I don't talk about it a lot, but my great-grandmother in the old country, my grandmother used to tell me stories that her mom used to talk about seeing things and hearing things, and they just kind of thought she was unwell. She liked to have some of the drink, if you understand my meaning. Like,
oh, I understand entirely.
And once my ability, I guess, I don't know if I would call it a curse or a gift started, which was after my incident at university. I kind of think it might be something that's travels down through the generations, but I don't know if it skips a couple or if it skips one or if it doesn't skip any or if it just is kind of a crapshoot and here you go. So I think she had more than just a love for whiskey and cheap wine. Do I think my children will get? I don't know, but at least if my children do, I'll be able to help them through it.
Right. It might be one of those things that your family has kept secret because they were afraid. And if you're willing to teach them, maybe it's something you can develop.
Yeah, and my mom and dad have never mentioned it. And my grandmother thought my great grandmother was gone in the head. So yeah, it's something nobody just realized was anything other than they thought maybe they were going a little crazy. So nobody ever wanted to talk about it. But I'm hoping that I can, get rid of that trend. I'm not much of a touchy-feely, having been raised the way I was. But I do want to make sure my kids, know they are loved and supported, and if they need me, that I'm there. In the off chance that I ever have children, because we could be dead. We could be dead tomorrow. At the rate we're going.
Well, I like to believe that we'll make it, and that you'll have children, and you'll be a wonderful mother.
Do you think they could, the kids could come on cases? I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, you know what? Let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'll have a nanny anyways. It's fine.
And in the spirit of not getting too far ahead of ourselves, I think that this is a wonderful time to end. So I hope you've enjoyed this little look in on Jack and Lillian as they make their way to Mombasa, Kenya. We will see them on the mainland very shortly. Thank you very much to both of you, and thank you to our listening audience. We greatly appreciate your listening ears. Thank you, and good night.